All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to, I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease, so on and so forth, title Forever in the Works. First thing, my understanding is that the last video or two that's come out, there's been some recommendations that have been made that will be sent to me, and then I will fit you guys into the next couple of videos, because I already have like 2 or 3 already recorded, plus the batch that I have going on now, so it's coming. Just to let you know, it's coming. So big ups to everybody who threw some suggestions my way for a show title. And with that being said, since we do have a long-standing title for right now, until I get until I can get all of your recommendations and stuff in. So, ladies and gentlemen, when the smell of bacon is in the nose, evil lurks and whatnot. So we're gonna go with that for right now, and that'll be my placeholder, so to speak, until recommendations come in, when I remember at the very least. Okay, so there's that. So that's PSA number 1. Oh, PSA number 2. So at the time that I'm recording this on Monday, March 16th. I missed the Eyes of March. You know, it's a tradition over here. So I'm gonna play catch up. I'm gonna grind a little bit this week to go ahead and make up for that shit, because I'm kind of mad that I missed it. But my understanding is a video came out this morning, and because we have a new editor. She's been around for a little bit, but she's going to be new to some of y'all because she's been experimenting with like thumbnails and some other stuff behind the scenes. But there was an issue with the video that went out this morning, my understanding, and that's my fault. That's completely and utterly my fault, so let me go ahead and take responsibility for that, because I'm the captain of this ship, so it is what it is. So I got invited into what's this game that's basically held my soul from Friday till this morning. It's called Naquan. Last Paradise, or is it Lost Paradise? Pretty sure it's Last Paradise. And it's a zombie extraction looter shooter type deal. And I've had a lot of fun with it. I don't really like the comparisons that people are making, that it's basically Arc Raiders just with zombies. I don't really like that comparison, especially since this game seems like it was in development before Arc Raiders, so it makes you wonder when you play it. I can kind of see how people will come into that comparison, but it makes me wonder where Arc Raiders got some of its ideas. Semantics. The point being is I had a great time with that game, and that shit has rocked my fucking soul. Anyway, the video in question was the sandbag video for Resident Evil 3. I had to record that damn thing twice, because I recorded the first time and then I got the clips. One clip was muted. It's like a 5-minute clip that's muted. And then I decided I just wanted to scrap that, and I redid it and whatnot. And then I added in a much longer clip, which actually had DSP's delay button presses and all that nonsense, where he was talking about there was a delay and there wasn't. It tells the whole story. Anyway, so I sent the first one off to the editor, and then I asked them to scrap it, and then I sent them a second one I sent them the second one in an attachment. And it's possible that she just ran with the first one. That's my fault, to be honest with you. If I wasn't so hung up on getting into this game, then I would have taken a bit more diligence, especially since Diggs got me like basically right into it. All we had to do is fill out a small thing or whatever. He did it on my behalf, and we were right in, because it's like an alpha, I think. And I had a blast. Like I had a fucking blast. Ran into a bunch of people from all over the world. To be honest with you, I will say that from some of y'all that were from Japan and from Korea especially, you know what I'm saying, you guys are real cool to team up with and whatnot. And despite the language barrier, we were able to make stuff happen, and we got a lot of good loot. But it's funny how not every time, but some of the time I turned around, I felt like there was a weapon being raised at me, and then you guys went ahead and just shaked your head like nothing's going on. I don't know. I was maybe Arc Raiders has made me paranoid, but there was this. I have some situations where that shit was kind of scary, and I recorded it. So you guys might see some of that, or I'm gonna wait till the full release. It's gonna be free to play, and there'll probably be DLC that you'll pay for. But I had a fun time. I'm sure there's people on YouTube that are talking about it and who played it. I had a great time. Glock 9, I'm actually looking at Glock 9's channel right now, and he played it last week and put a video up, so that might be something for y'all to check out. But I had a good time. I had a really, really great time with the game, and I hope that its full release is going to be dope. I mean, hopefully I get to the beta later on and then get into what it's called. But anyway, fun time. I had a fun time. But anyway, that's the reason why there was 2 versions of the video. That, yet again, that falls completely on me and whatnot. My understanding is there is a post that went up leading into the new video coming up. Hopefully there's no problems. But like I said, that's on me, and it's my fault. So I apologize. All right, and okay, that's it. That's all of the PSAs and whatnot. So let's get into what you guys are really here for, not to hear me blabber about, you know what I'm saying, the Koreans want to stab me and shit and all that bullshit. And me fucking shanking these zombies and shit and giving them the fucking Omar treatment in prison. What we're really here for is to talk about a follow-up, actually. A follow-up to the video I did about DSP and will he go back to Twitch. So the first video that came out, should have came out last week. It's an old video. I forgot all about it, to be honest with you, before the editor brought it up to me. I did that back in August of 2025. So now, obviously, we're in March of 2026. A lot has happened since then. So let's do a bit of a recap, shall we? So since then, if we go back to our previous video, at that time in August of 2025, DSP was chasing Low Tier Gods BBC. That's like an annual tradition for him. Let's see here. He was trying to break free of the shackles of Kino Casino and that stimulants package, trying to prove that he was his own man. And he was fishing for opportunities, which really means someone else that he can leech off of. And I've heard DSP's rant about slop content. That'll probably be my next video I record, actually. So he's got some nerve, given the bullshit that he's not just put out recently, but he's been putting out. But he wants to call other people, he wants to call other content slop, when literally all of the descriptives that he gave literally fits that semantics. In any case, he was trying to, like I said, he was trying to make his way around that time. If you fast forward 5 months, if you will, not even 5 months, sorry, because that would have been in August, I said. So it's been 7 months, actually. You fast forward 7 months, he came off of the Asmongold stimulus package, right? Which is that's quite the coincidence. He had the Kino Casino stimulus package 1 year, and then he has the Asmongold stimulus package the next. And during the Asmongold stimulus package, as short as it was, especially the interview in particular, I'll have a clip in here somewhere to talk about that. Asmongold said, how are you making money on YouTube? Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, doing that. Asmon was like, peasant money. That doesn't. That's poultry compared to what's really out there. There's a lot of money in ads. If you don't talk about politics, and if you keep it strictly to games and play it safe, you can make a lot of money in ads, and that perked DSP's interest, because of course it was.
So why don't you stream on Twitch?
It's a good question.
I mean, wouldn't you just make more money? Like, I mean, you're streaming on Kick, you're streaming on YouTube. Like, I mean, at least on Twitch, like, because here's the way I see it, right? Is that if you're streaming on Twitch, you can at least make some money from ads. But, like, if you're streaming on YouTube, how the fuck do you make any money? Because, like, you're going to get, like, fucking super chats, maybe, or, like, a subscription. But that's about it, right?
No. I mean, I get ad revenue on every stream that I do on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's not like
if it were a video playing.
Yeah, it's not like Twitch, though. Twitch pays way more.
Twitch pays way more for ads?
They still do. They still do. If you're not like me, like for me, I like talking about politics, and so I get paid about 3 cents a day. But if you don't do that, you get thousands of dollars. I mean, if you get enough viewers. Yeah.
Well, I did stream on Twitch for a while.
Why'd you stop?
And
besides that, or on top of that, this whole finagling that DSP has been trying to do with Wings of Redemption, and trying to get him to come into league with him, and everything that entails. So back to it. 7 months after the fact, is DSP eventually going back to Twitch? Yeah, to be honest with you, because one, he's dead on YouTube. He is dead on YouTube. He is fucking dead. And interestingly enough, James the Lesser, big ups to him, put out a video. I guess he did it last week. I haven't watched it yet, but he put out a video talking about my views. Now, I haven't seen the video, but I can already guess what's in it. It's talking about DSP's fucking dead channel with his dead views and shit and whatnot. I'm hoping James touches on the fact that or speaks on the fact on DSP getting rid of his fucking VODs, or not VODs, his stream VODs, which is also killing his channel. It's been killing his channel, and so on and so forth. I'm pretty confident that would be in there, because I feel like James would be in line with what I would be thinking if I was talking about the same subject. And if that's the case, then yeah, DSP is dead on YouTube, and he's done everything in his power to make sure he stayed dead. So rip to that. Let's talk about Kick, for example. Well, Kick, he's dead too. He was shackled when he signed that deal. Let me explain. So for those of you who know, or who care to know, I should say, as you know, DSP is multi-streaming between YouTube and Kick, because they're the only two places that'll take him for the most part. And as part of the if you get partnered, you basically get a weekly paycheck that's based upon your viewership, which means those 5,000, 6,000, however, whatever the number is now, of people that he banned, or troll accounts, or whatever you want to say, was a dumb idea, when you're literally getting paid by Kick by the hour based on how many viewers that you have over there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you also get kicks, and you also get gifted memberships or subs, whatever they call it over there. But primarily, his partnership deal gives him, you know, he gets paid by the hour by the amount of people who are on his streams. So, and he's the usual suspects who are over there, anywhere between 50 to 70, maybe 100 if anything piques their interest. And outside of him banning them, they're all just kind of trolling it up. They're not going to contribute anything, you know, any gifteds or any kicks or nothing like that. And if they do, they'll be the lowest amount, and they'll be trolling. Doesn't mean anything. Because DSP is also dual streaming, he doesn't get the full benefit of that weekly paycheck from Kick. They actually cut it in half. Makes sense, to be honest with you. So he only gets half of a check. And DSP clearly was already trying to stress test that early on, if you guys remember, when he would sit there and stream and forget to go into his settings and click the notch, or hit the toggle that said, oh, I am multi-streaming. He forgot to do that a couple times, actually a few times, to be honest. And every time he fucked that up, someone came in, an administrator or something, and said, hey, you're multi-streaming, right? You need to go ahead and click that on. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot all about it. He did that on purpose. He was trying to stress test. He wanted to see how often they would be on him, if they would be on him at all, and see what he could get away with. Now that he knows that he can't get away with the shit, well, now he's stuck with only half the pay. And yet again, the trolls over there aren't going to throw no real money at him. And the dents are mainly on YouTube for the most part. Not to say that there isn't any outliers on Kick, but mainly they're on YouTube. So Kick is slowly but surely drying up. That's going to be a painful death. That's going to be a painful death over there. So the only place he can really go is Twitch. And it kind of benefits him, believe it or not, to go to Twitch because of LTG is over there. The majority of FGC guys are over there, but then again, they all multi-stream too. They multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch, and then some of them do YouTube, Twitch, and Kick for certain stuff and whatnot. I just kind of been hit on game on that, but I had said that people were going to need to do that anyway for like 2 years, maybe 3 at this point. So it's whatever. I was still ahead of the curve on that, but a lot of them are already doing that on Twitch and doing the Twitch and YouTube thing, or whatever the case may be. So if he's really looking at reestablishing himself with the FGC, he's got to go to Twitch. If he's looking at trying to get himself back into the gamer status thing that he has, right? He needs to go back on Twitch. Even with the mockery of the whole gaming or gamer journalist shit, he needs to be on Twitch for that. He might as well. He's not going to benefit on YouTube from that. The detractors, trolls, haters, and critics have that locked down. Same thing with Twitter, same thing with Instagram, same thing with TikTok. If he wants a little piece of that, if he wants some morsels of that bullshit, then he needs to go to Twitch, to be honest. And as let me reiterate, because I'm not sure if I may have messed that up back in August. I'm prone to do that. He isn't banned off Twitch. He's just demonetized. And they told him after a year he could go back. And I think he honestly did, just like Wings did. And I think he got denied, Or, and someone just pointed this up to me, I think it was Asian GTG or Diggs did this, but they said that they may have given him the option to be remonetized, but they wouldn't give him his managed partnership back. And if that's the case, and this is before the new policy came in later on. Now remember, that new policy came in back in like May of 2025. So if they did approve him to get monetization, but before the new policy came in back in May, he more than likely he probably didn't take it, because if he doesn't have the protection of a managed partnership, then he's not safe. And then and this needs to be pointed out, because I've been kind of selling it short, but I've been doing it on purpose. Detractors basically have an incredibly strong foothold in on Twitch. Like, he can't really do anything about that. The majority of your heavy hitters, Almighty Tevin, praise be, Ann Leets over there, Ludwig World Order, or Ludwig World Order. I think, pretty sure it's Ludwig World Order. Ludwig is that one piece of shit that almost killed Mango in the fucking Smash Bros community, and basically cheered about that shit, talking about upping those views. Anyway, not the same guy. This guy in particular, this is Gundam's editor. So you got Ludwig over there. You got a bunch of well-known detractors over there, and I want to tell you that Meerkat and Alt are over there as well. But something tells me that Alt is probably dual streams to Kick, maybe, instead of Twitch. And maybe, and I think Meerkat is on Twitch, I think. If not, they have accounts. I don't know if they're actually using. I know Alt usually is on Kick, though. I would think he'd have a Twitch. I would assume to expand the brand, he would do that, but who's to say about anything? Anyway, so there you go on that. So there's a heavy detractor, troll, hater, and critic presence on Twitch. Actually, establishment. I shouldn't even say a presence, an establishment. So DSP has to fight that. A managed partnership isn't going to save him, but an affiliate is what he needs to basically reap the benefits for the most part. And it's very possible, just because DSP is a stubborn idiot, he wouldn't go back based on that. Now, with that being said, a lot of things have changed on Twitch, as Gold tried to tell him. In that, most recently, you can now, Twitch is all in on the whole dual streaming thing on multiple platforms, which means that you can have multiple chats on your screen, or you can have a combined chat. So that's a good thing. And there's one more policy that they changed too, that needed to be changed, and they finally changed it. So that's in play, which it's unfortunate that it took Twitch that long to do so, but they're finally in. And as far as I know, on the multi-stream front, there is no, oh, you're multi-streaming, now we're gonna have to cut your pay. They don't have that. Yeah, Twitch is gonna take their 50% or whatever, right? But I would assume the DSP is getting less than that. You know what I'm saying? He's probably making 55% currently, and that number is dropping fast. So maybe it's best to go to Twitch, get 50%, get those guaranteed Twitch Prime subs, and then just beg on top of that, which is the reason why he stayed on Twitch for as long as he did anyway. Because Twitch Prime subs were a staple. You know what I'm saying? He was guaranteed at one time, he was guaranteed like 500, 600, 700 of those things a month, almost guaranteed. At its low point, or towards the end, I should say, he was at like 5. He was floating between 400 and 500. That's still quite a bit of money, to be honest with you. Plus, he'll get bits, he'll get tips, he gets cheers. Twitch has a bunch of little ways that you can make money over there, more than Kick, obviously. So now, is DSP going to try to cope and say, no, Kick gives me the bigger cut of a dwindling economy, at least for DSP at the very least? Or is he going to go over here to Twitch and try to beg and plead with those dents who are still over there to start throwing their Prime subs at him and try to reestablish his base once he gets himself remonetized? The math ain't mathing if he tries to stay on Kick, to be honest. And on top of that, Kino Casino own him, lock, stock, and trade. He's better off leaving. Just like what I said the first time, or at least I'm pretty sure I said this the first time. go ahead, deactivate your account. That should still keep his Kick partnership, you know, in play, and take your ass back to fucking Twitch, collect your fucking tips and shit, because that's what you're gonna do anyway, until you get yourself back into remonetization, and then get back to begging, get back to what you're known for. That's another thing too. I'm also wondering if he wanted to sidestep all of the qualifications to get back into remonetization, i.e., into at least getting an affiliate. I don't want to have to try to pull this number, or stream this amount, or do this, that, and third. Just let me have it. I was a managed partner at one time. I was bringing in such and such gifted subs each and every month, or whatever. Just let me be an affiliate and go from there. I wonder if that was also something that might have been a hang up for DSP. Yet again, I'm jumping here with assumptions, but I think you guys catch my drift. So that's my thoughts on it. Matter of fact, let's go on a field trip. Let's go on a bit of a field trip. So switch over here. I'm sure I got another handy dandy background somewhere, but we're good. So here, give me just a second, and let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. All right, and we are back. So let's see here. I think I got everything squared up. Let's see here. So this should bring me to, here we go. All right, so I'm on a random browser, so I'm not logged in. All right, so here's James Lester's channel. Here is the video in question. DSP tries it. My views are great. Obviously, they're not. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Voltboy has the Resident Evil 9 Rage Fest. That might be good. That'll be a good watch, so I'll check that out. Okay, so here we go. We're on James Lester's channel. Let's see here. These are his streams. These are his streams. Let me see here. Let's jump ahead a little bit. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's just go and start the ball off.
Wrong. My on-demand views are exactly the same. Every month I get about the same amount of views. There's some peaks and some valleys depending on what I'm doing, but for the most part, they're exactly the same. No change there. Live support way down. Wrong. My live support's doing very, very well, actually, especially since I abolished the goals.
Actually, that's not true at all, I'll be honest with you. That's not true at all. There's a dude on Twitter, big ups to them, who does DSP's weekly roundups and shit, and even with the week over weeks that DSP does well, it doesn't outmatch the ones that he isn't, and he's never been, well, not, I won't say never. It's very rare that he is on the up and up. Let's reword that. Because he's into LGG, right? There is very few times that with all the stats that this guy is following, that DSP's in the black in each and every category. Maybe, because I want to tell you there's like 5 or 6 categories. DSP is usually either broken even 3 for 3, or he's maybe 4 out of 6, maybe, and whatnot. But I've seen times though too where he was in the red all 6 categories for multiple weeks. So there's that too. But DSP's lying about that, but DSP lies about everything.
About goals and shit all the time. It's actually doing better. But you don't know that because you're an idiot and you listen to the wrong people. You get 300 views a video. So that might be the one thing that's correct out of everything you just said, because views are public facing, except you're an idiot and you don't understand that I get views on the YouTube stream. I get views on the Kick stream.
The YouTube stream doesn't mean anything once it gets privated. So all of that gets pushed off the board, which is the whole reason why you should have been archiving everything anyway. But he's a fucking retard, and he thinks that I'll go ahead and remove the streams, I'll cut it up, and eventually, because he thinks he's playing the long game, in air quotes. He thinks eventually people will watch it and it'll make it worthwhile for him. And that's not going to happen. He's been completely and utterly flushed out of the search engine. So that's not a thing. It's not going to happen.
Residual views on the Kick stream, because that stays live for a week, and then I get the on-demand views on the individual video.
That doesn't mean anything either, because that's minuscule. Because it's cut in half because you're multi-streaming, and you know that. This is code. This is code.
So when you see a video and it's like part 1 of a playthrough, 1,000 views. Yes, that one time was 1,000, but there was views on the original stream. There was views on the Kick stream. I'm getting tons of views on all my content. It's just not all in one place. So you look at that and you say, oh, he only got 300 views.
But no one cares about Kick because the video's gone in a week. Are we not paying attention to what we're saying? So we're coping week by week by week. Jesus Christ, he sounds like a fucking employee and not a fucking boss, not an owner, but whatever.
Yeah, except I got paid. So what the fuck do I care what the views are on the video? I don't.
So then why did you want to sue detractors, trolls, haters, and critics again then? If he's saying stuff like this. Speaking of which, and I know this on good authority, that there is someone who has who's making a compilation or building a database, I should say, of all these different times where he talks about, I don't care about views on YouTube. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. As long as I'm being supported on streams, I'm good. These are the things that are going to hang his ass later if he was to sue, but he won't. DSP can threaten it all he wants, but he won't. And yet again, it's examples like this where you give DSP enough rope and he'll hang himself. And he's good for that. He's been good for that. He'll always be good for that.
Ad revenue is remaining around the same. My overall views are remaining around the same. And my live streams are making tons of money. I'm going to...
And this nasty little fucking dirty Sanchez little shit he's got on his chinny chin, he needs to get rid of that. That's gross. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. You know how fucking weird you look having this shit? You should shave all that off. That's gross.
Kick partner program.
There's no way that your wife, air quotes, your wife sees this and she's okay with that. That's disgusting. Holy shit.
Got ad revenue, I got everything. I'm good. I'm made.
Hello, and welcome to James, the Let's Express line, where we get you an out as fast as possible with, guys, the views are good. The views are great.
This shit is sad. For 220,000 subs, he's not even pulling in 10%. Fuck 10%, actually, because 10% would be 20,000. Yeah, he has 200 plus thousand. So yeah, it'd be 20,000 plus would be 10%. He's not even pulling that. He's holy shit. Oh, he's barely pulling 2%. This is sad. This is tough. This is tough. This right here might very well be, big ups to James Lesser, but this right here may very well be what's needed to go back to Twitch. Matter of fact, when did you post this, James? Post this a day ago. Okay, so like I said, I was knee deep in that zombie extraction shooter, getting ready to get stabbed in the back multiple times. So that's the reason why I didn't see this. Okay, so I'll definitely watch this on my own later, but we're on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even get to talk to James Lesser all the time like that, but we're still on the same wavelength. Look at that shit.
This is why we can have nice things. I'll be covering that soon. But Raiders, an all-out human versus robot bloodbath in RimWorld. Oh, 178 views, 238.
Jesus.
325, 565, 208, 161.
Christ.
Ooh, 1.2K. I wonder what happened there. And mind you,
that's another thing too. Funny enough that he said that. When you see like the outliers of like a 1.2K here or a 1.3 here, which is only the first part, so that's the reason why, you have to assume that something happened or it's the first part of a brand new playthrough, and that's the only reason why I got good views. That's sad. You have to come to that assumption just to assume why he's getting views. That's just sad. Amusing, but sad.
229,000 views. 229.
That's funny that the Daily Wipe, I know it's called a Daily Wrap. I call it the Daily Wipe. It's the only time of the day he wipes his ass. It's funny how that shit's getting more views than the fucking plays himself. And I told y'all that. I told you it was going to get to the point where the talking segments were going to eventually beat out the gaming segments. I told y'all. Holy shit.
1,000 subs, I mean. Blah. I know what I meant.
This is tough.
229,000 subs, you can't even get 1%.
He looks insane. And this Virtual Boy one right here, he looks insane in that thumbnail. I'm going to have to snatch that. I'm going to have to snatch his soul in that one. That's scary. That's scary. That's what Derek does every time he's sitting there fucking gooning to those fucking porn stars. That's gross. Gross.
Oh, yeah, 3.5K views. Oh, because this is, it's a scam. The Virtual Boy won't let you stream from it, so it's a scam. I mean, yes, it works. It does everything it says it's supposed to do. Allows you to play Virtual Boy games, but you can't stream while you're doing it, so it's a scam.
Yikes.
Like, he can't even get 0.5% of 1%.
That's
Can't even get half of 1% on average.
Jesus Christ.
My views are great, guys.
This is 18 years worth of bullshit. This is what we've resorted to. That's a yikes moment, my guy. especially for someone who has to. So tell me something, ladies and gentlemen. How is it that he's not begging for a living? This isn't producing. This slop. I may have to use this video twice now I think about it. James Lesser's gonna have to. I might have to utilize his video as another example for the slop content shit, just because it tells the story. At least from what I'm seeing right now, we're 2.5 minutes in, dude. Look at this shit. 18 years, and this is what you're producing, Phil. If it wasn't for begging, you'd be on the street. You'd be on the street. You'd be right next to Jenna and shit, sucking dick. Fucking A, bro.
Here's a great. Oh,
this is
fucking
tough.
Shit.
This is tough.
How are you getting like the same amount of views as I'm getting? And you have over 220,000 more subs than I.
That's not true. James Lister gets more videos than I don't know why he would sell himself short. Matter of fact, I'm just because I'm a good friend. Let's go ahead and see if we can prove it. No. On average, James the Lesser actually does better. That's funny that I get why James did that though, but like if you statistically speaking, on average, yeah, James beats him out. See, Phil, you can't say that your detractors aren't charitable, because he tried to throw you an alley-oop, but I'm petty, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm gonna have to block it. Yeah, I did so. You know what I'm saying? We don't give any alley-oops to the fucking no gout zone and shit. We're not doing. This is a no gout zone. We're not doing this shit. That's the last one he throwing, because I'm not letting that happen. James Lesser's views is better than DSP's on average. So no. I get why James did that though. He tried to be reasonable. We don't allow that here. We don't let pigs eat.
Do. Shout out 220 gang. It is just insane. You're getting roughly the same amount of views as I've been getting. And yet you have 220,000 more subs. And over a decade longer than I've been doing this. Guys, things are good. Things are great. Whom are you trying to convince with that? Your fans? Really? Or yourself?
This is tough. This shit is tough.
Weirdest game I've ever played. Wow, what a thumbnail. But got 2K views. Almost 1%, guys.
Yeah, look at that shit. That has groomer written all over that. That's yikes, son.
He's getting so close to 1% there.
Damn, he couldn't even break 1,000 on his Call of Duty shit. That's pretty sad. Look at that shit. Look at this bullshit, fucking rant bait bullshit here, and he couldn't even pull 1,000. That's crazy.
666 views. Don't want to ruin that. Just 1.6K. Still not even 1%.
Dowdy ass fucking Pee-wee's Playhouse bullshit here, bro. This shit's tough. This shit is, dude, the amount of stress that must be going on in the Burnell household must be insane. They have to be losing their fucking shit in that house. But they're still not going to stop spending, though. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to stop spending at all. And DSP's more than likely begging behind the scenes and whatnot, because he has everybody's email address and shit. Or they're already in the Discord. So he's probably begging to them there. This is scary, bro. Fucking A. Imagine supporting your family on this. God damn, Phil.
You have videos from 3 weeks ago.
This is after the asthma. I didn't mean to cut James off there, but this is after the asthma and gold fucking stimulants. Like, you got the biggest rub that you were ever going to get, and you still fucked it up. You somehow still fucked it up.
There. Oh, wow. 1.9K. And it's not gameplay. It's about Highguard and bitching about it. Ooh, actual gameplay video has 1K views. Again, Highguard. 3 weeks ago.
Well, we got this one too. The RimWorld shit.
It's insane that you have videos a month old with 487 views, 408 views.
Look at that. Oh, fuck. Hold on.
78.
Look at that mug right there. God damn, Phil. The years have not been graceful to you at all. And if he's physically deteriorating like that, you can only wonder how the mental's going. Holy shit.
DSP, what? A 347. DSP, what the fuck? 18 years. This is your job, not a hobby. Not something you do for fun. And these are reviews. Now, a apparently he's going to start letting some of the live streams stay. Let's go check out live.
Wait, I thought that already got shot down though at this point though. I thought he said he couldn't do it because supposedly there was some type of plot or gay ops by supposed detractors or detractors, however you want to word that one, that were actually going to flag the videos down. It sounds like something a detractor would do, to be honest. I thought that was the reason why he's not doing it. Now he wants to go back? All right.
Huh. Well, what I'm saying is from 2 weeks ago, which means he must have privated it already. Because he was going to start letting the archive stay up, but then suddenly went back on that. I wonder why. So yeah, you get what he's doing right now with 209 people watching.
Yeah, he doesn't want the begging segments. Well, there's a couple things, truth be told. Like, the reason why DSP wouldn't have those particular archives up is there's a lot of, truth be told, there's a lot of stuff in there that could be flagged. Like, DSP does a lot of egregious shit in those daily streams that could be flagged. On top of the fact that he wants to cut all the begging segments out. Because if he cuts those out, or if he believes anyway, he cuts those out, then there really isn't any trace of it. And then it's just his word against the detractors, which doesn't make any sense because he's already losing that fight. So I don't even see what the point is of that. Okay, I've seen enough. Big up to James the Lesser. I'm gonna need this for my slot video, and I'm gonna record that in a minute. So yes, thank you, James the Lesser. You've always been a big help, but boy, oh boy, you ain't coming clutch on that. So that's what the plan is on that one. So let's go ahead and put that away. Good God, that was ugly. That was ugly, Phil. Good gracious, that was nasty. That was nasty. All right, we back at it. That was nasty. Sorry about that music. All right, there we go. Yikes, son. Yikes. That was ugly as fuck. Yo, that was hard. That was a hard pill to swallow, boy. Shit. Anywho, yet again, ladies and gentlemen, with the alley-oop from James the Lesser, you know what I'm saying, from one of my peers, you can see that YouTube ain't gonna cut it. And Kick's already falling. It's been falling, to be honest with you, ever since the stimulus package from Kino Casino. He might as well run back over there to to Twitch. And Asmongold said, hey, he did say in that interview they had that, you know, maybe they can talk to someone, maybe they can see whatever. I'll see if I can try to find that clip too. If not, it doesn't really matter, but I'll see if I can try to find it. I'll try for y'all at the very least.
I'm not going to get canceled, right? It doesn't matter.
You did get banned on Twitch. Why did he get banned on Twitch? Does anyone remember why he got banned on Twitch? I forgot. Oh, God, bro. It was such a long time ago.
Who of any stature. It's moist critical. Asmongold. It doesn't matter who talks shit about me. I'm still going to be here tomorrow. I'm still going to make the
That's true. And I have to respect DSP. I do. You got to respect Phil. He's still out there swinging. Regardless of everything, regardless of how many million view videos that I put out about him or anything like that, he's still out there. Like, you got to respect a roach, bro. Like, this dude gets cut in half and he says, wait a minute, I'm not done yet. That's it. Yeah. I again, it's funny to watch him crash out and do stupid stuff, but like, I don't really hate the guy. I think it's just funny.
Content for you. You guys are still going to like it. You're still going to support it. Because you're here and you know who I really am and you don't care what these idiots say.
Right.
But the common person doesn't.
Oh.
And then I get people who come by, they got to leave 100 nasty fucking comments on my video. They start downvoting the video, the nonsense.
Oh my
Again,
God.
when you say to me earlier, a legit fan earlier tonight said, I'm back for the first time in like 12, 13 years and I wish you the best. I hope you'll grow. I'll never grow. How can I grow?
I think you can. I am going to talk to Dan Clancy. I mean, what do you think? They care about weird stuff on Twitch? Apparently they don't. I think you need to get unbanned on Twitch, Phil. I do. I think you need to get unbanned on Twitch as a personal investment to me so I can farm your crash outs even more. I think Phil should get unbanned from Twitch. I think we should try to get him unbanned. Yeah. Why are you so mean to him? I don't know.
Oh, when internet content creation in 2025 is we react to nonsense, we act like it's real, we don't care if we hurt someone in the process as long as we get clickbait fucking views and we make money. No culpability, no accountability. Just say whatever the fuck you want, get away for it, right? Get away with everything.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It shouldn't be. There's content creators out there who are millionaires who shouldn't have a dollar because they made it on the backs of everyone else.
You're absolutely right. You're completely right. The world is unfair. It is an unfair world. But you as a roach should understand that whenever you're living in a circus, sometimes you have to be a clown.
I'm not saying that about Asmongold right now because I know he's the one that this week reacted to me. I'm not saying that about him specifically. He's made content over the years.
I have.
He's earned where he is with his stature and all of it.
Who cares if I've earned it or not? It doesn't matter to me. Somebody can say I didn't earn it or not. Like somebody asked, like, "Oh, would you feel bad stealing something?" No. If I have something in my hand, then it's mine. That's it. And how it got there is not really that relevant to me. I'm just interested in getting what I want. That's it. The means and everything are not that important.
That, but fucking drama queens that propagate that environment to make money for themselves.
Oh, you got that one right. Oh, yeah, there it is, guys. And donate $20 to thank him for the content. We got to get him unbanned on Twitch, man. We've got to get we got to get him unbanned. That's what's got to happen.
But or he said it in one of the previous videos before that. In any case, he might as well. He might as well go back to where he's familiar. He's always said that Twitch had the superior moderation and whatnot. He's got nowhere else. And at current, you have a lot of people saying that Twitch isn't the place to stream at anymore. It's not as good as it was. And keep in mind, most of those people were doing IRLs and doing other dumbass shit, and they're getting banned like every other week or whatever. And I would say, honestly, that the gold rush of streaming is damn near dead. Not just on Twitch, but all overall. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are kind of burnt out or exhausted of doing it and of it in general, more often than not. The pandemic, yet again, as I said, we weren't ready for it. And the boom of streaming that came from it has harmed not just streaming itself, but video games itself. Because a lot of games now are not built or designed to be played. They're built to be streamed. And that's all well and good until the games are literally not only built for streamers, but to give streamers all the advantages. And that's one of the reasons why like Call of Duty's all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because they got this fucking whole jerky motion to pull all this bullshit off on stream, and it doesn't actually translate to anybody else, so people stop playing it. So then you have to go to people like Repulse and whatever to get his fucking input on it. And he's he's literally part of the problem if he's not the main problem. Well, Swag too. A lot of them are. But anyway, you go to guys like him to say, hey, what do people want to watch? And that dude bots his streams. So what the fuck does he know what people want to watch? He bots all his shit. This has been proven. So, you know, I mean, all those guys in that circle basically bot their shit. So what does he really know about? And then the way Swag keeps fucking changing allegiances and shit, like you can't trust him for shit. He's just a paid whore, which is unfortunate, and whatnot, but there's a reason why he never went to a pro team. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the point is that while people are disgruntled about Twitch in the chaos that is going on over there, there's also opportunity. And DSP is nothing, well, he's a lot of things, but he's an opportunist. So he might as well go ahead and try to shoot his shot. And if he keeps begging to Asmongold, which I'm sure he is, and I'm sure that those tweets or those DMs have gone into the fucking spam folder where they belong, I'm pretty sure that he's probably asking Asmongold to see if he can pull strings for him to see if he can get back into a managed partnership. You don't believe me? Go look back no further than the Kino Casino DMs and how DSP was getting frustrated and pissed off that Kino Casino wouldn't go to bat for him for Kick so he could get into that managed partnership. You telling me he wouldn't try to do that to Aspen? His tone is going to be changed for sure. There's going to be a whole lot of sirs in there and whatnot, and a lot of fucking slurping, because that's what DSP is good for behind the scenes. But same depth and style. The way DSP does anything is the way he does everything. I've always tried to instill that into you guys. So that's where we're at. That's where the run is, and that's where the play is going to be, I think. Now, is 2026 going to be the year? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. He's not doing any better on Kick, and the views on YouTube. He needs to do something. He's not leaving YouTube. I want to tell you that he's brave enough. He's not. But I want to tell you, but he's not. But I want to tell you, DSP is brave enough to go ahead and be like, you know what? I'm going to stream exclusively on Kick and Twitch, and I'm going to turn YouTube into just a, depository. And you guys just throw me, if you can't throw me, memberships or subs or kicks or bits on Twitch and Kick respectfully, then you can at least go to my archives of my videos, and you could throw me some super thanks there, something along those lines. If he really is, because James seems to be of the impression that DSPs might try to go back to the archive thing again, maybe, just maybe, he'd be willing to put the full archive up. He might do that, but I don't think he will, but he might do that. Or he would just have someone edit out his begs from, a 6-hour stream or whatever the fuck it is, and that's going to be tedious. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, fucking Darziak or whoever the fuck Dent that does that shit, or, maybe that's bullshit. Whoever it is, I'm not sure if they're willing to do that or not, but maybe. But the door for YouTube's closed. You know what I'm saying? He's dead on this site. So, Twitch is kind of the only place that he can really go. And he knows that he can pull in at least, at a minimum, 400 Twitch Prime subs. At a minimum. And then he'll figure out the rest of it from there. All he has to do is get monetized. And if he's smart, just take the affiliate status. They've already changed the terms and conditions for affiliates and all that bullshit anyway. So just take the affiliate. Just do that. And yes, you're going to constantly get reported this, that, and the third. This is the way it all goes. You want to DSP is always telling LTG how to play ball or whatever, or he should play ball. Well, you know how this works. And then if DSP can convince Wings to talk to him again, or maybe even convince him to go back to Twitch, then he may have himself a level of protection. But it's very clear that DSP wants to go back to Twitch. He wants to get back on equal footing with LTG. And that's his only way of doing it. LTG is streaming on 3 platforms, DSP is streaming on 2, and failing on both. So he might as well. But anyway, this is just kind of like an updated version of this or whatever. In 7 months, we'll see what happens. And and whether something happens or not, I'll make a follow-up and we'll turn this into a tradition and whatnot. But I'm really mad that I missed the Eyes of March. So I have a lot of making up to do. But I'm going to get mines no matter what, because that's the tradition over here. We're going to get ours. DSP is going to be Gouty Caesar, and I'm going to put him down, because that's what you're supposed to do. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I appreciate it. This has been, I'll name the segment later, GTG Spits That Grease, so on and so forth. You guys have a recommendation for a title or anything like that, by all means, leave it down in the comment section. I very much appreciate it. Yet again, I apologize for the mistake of the sandbag video and whatnot. I'll take the blame for that. And because yet again, I was consumed with this zombie game and all that. I had a great time. I really want to play this shit again though. Like I hope, like I'm because it's gonna be, you can play it solo and I guess you can play in a group. I don't know how, I don't know how many people you can have in a group, but that might be a fun situation to play on stream and even get people to play. And it's free to play. It's gonna be. I think it's PlayStation and PC. It might be PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, but supposedly it's supposed to be on all 3 platforms. But whatever. It looks like it's going to be fun. So there's a thing on that. Anyway, take care of yourselves, people. I'll catch you guys for the next one of these. Later, people. Later, people. Oh. Gouty Caesar.